Hey, good morning. Happy Monday, week 2. Quarantine routine. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are doing well. Once you come on, tag your friends. Come on and say hi. I've got some thoughts to offer you. Let's see if I can find my friends too to tag. Amber, will you go tell people that I'm on in our message threads, please? I always say that like I'm going to say something just incredibly earth-shattering. Good morning. Good morning. This is kind of how I feel this morning. Good morning. Oh, if it would just get a little warmer here in central Indiana, I think we could all deal with this a little bit better. But as it is right now, we're all about to punch my husband in the face, just so you know. So if you, oh lordy lords, everything's falling. So if you hear sirens and there's a police car sitting in front of our house on Flint Ridge Pass, it's because we finally had enough. We punched my husband in the face. So it's going to get really interesting around here. Anyway, I've got some, thank you. So I thought, this is a surreal time in life. And I go on here on Wednesdays, What's Up Wednesdays, and I've also been going on here on Fridays. I'm calling them Find Out Fridays, just to, find out sort of where we are in the network and having that be a little bit more of an elite top 10 focused message. But there are lots of other days in the week, right? I mean, that's just Wednesday and Friday. There are 5 other days in the week. Right now, I think it's super important for us to stay as connected as possible and give some direction and some clarity around, where we are, what we're doing, what we should be doing, how we can spend our time, and some suggestions and some focus, because this would be an easy time for us all to get lost in the fog. Yeah, it'd be an easy time for us to wake up and think, well, I have all day long to do all the things, and then we get nothing done, because there's a ginormous difference between being productive and being busy. And we can get to the end of our days and feel like we were busy, or we can get to the end of our days and feel like we were productive. And I think this time of year right now, in this weird, wacky, strange time, we're going to feel a little bit of both sometimes. But it's interesting because, so I'm down here. I was a little bit late. I wanted to come down at 10, and it's a little bit after, because we're sharing space here in this house. There are 4 grown-ups. My husband was upstairs in the bedroom, because we kind of lock him in there. He's upstairs in the bedroom, and he was doing a Zoom for the players, because we should be in spring ball right now and we're not. So he was doing a Zoom for the players, which means he had to learn Zoom. He had to actually get technical. So he was upstairs doing a Zoom for the players. Also, side note, he was talking like he's on the field, like the whole neighborhood could hear him. And so Jessie was down here doing a dance class with her dance teacher down here in the basement. Josie and I are taking this pen and poking our eyeball out, because my husband's talking like he's on the field, and she's in her room with her headphones on, and I'm in my office, and we're like, yeah. So there's just a lot of juggling of space, and you all get it. Nobody is juggling more or less or whatever. We're all trying to figure it out. So I thought one of the best ways, and as I have encouraged you and am a huge advocate for all of us to do, the more we carry the light for others, the more we will have the light ourselves. The more direction and clarity we provide for others, the more direction and clarity we will have for ourselves. It's just the way it is. If you're coaching someone through a fitness program, chances are you're doing that fitness program. If you're coaching someone on their nutrition, chances are you're pretty dialed into your nutrition. You can't be an authentic coach or leader if you're providing direction to someone, but you're not following it yourself, correct? There's a tension internally inside you if that's happening. And so if I'm asking you to provide direction, and I'm encouraging you, and I'm advocating for us as a team to be the light and be the lighthouse and provide direction for people out here who simply don't have the tools or the mental capacity. They just don't have the personal development, and they don't have the community, and they just don't know how to be the light for other people. We all know that there are people out there who just live very small lives, and they don't have the capacity to be that lighthouse for others. But that's not you. That's not us. That's not who we are. That's not why we became coaches. We have that capacity to be the light for other people. So if I'm asking and advocating all of us to do that, I thought to myself over the weekend, well then, JB, you better be doing that for your team. So hence the Monday Facebook Live and a Tuesday Facebook Live, and then you'll get Wednesday What's Up Wednesday, you'll get a Thursday Facebook Live, and you'll get a Friday Find Out Friday. And by Saturday, you'll be like, please don't come in here and talk to me ever again. But you're going to get 5 days this week of JB Live. So I'll try to give you a heads up as to when that is. I'm planning tomorrow, I think around the same time. I'm planning 11. I'm teaching a live turbo class tomorrow, so I put that in here. And please join in if you can. I'll be teaching live from the basement. This basement, this basement's going to get a lot of use we're staring down at 6 or 8 weeks of this, yeah? So the sooner it gets warm, the better. The sooner it gets warmer, maybe I can do a turbo kick class live outside and stream from out there, which would be super fun. So that's at 9 tomorrow. I put the Zoom links in here. Join in if you can. I always follow that up when I do with my home workout. So I'll do 10 rounds right after that, and then I'll come in here live. So I'll do all the things and then come in here live tomorrow. Wednesdays are usually 11 a.m. That's when I schedule it in my day. 11 a.m. I know that doesn't work for everyone. We've got all kinds of time zones in here, but that's when it is, and it lives in here. So 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, that won't change. Thursday will probably be about 11 a.m. because again, I'm teaching again on Thursday morning, and then I'll do 10 rounds, and then I'll come in here about 11 a.m. And then Friday, I'll look at my calendar. I think I've kind of scheduled it around 11 a.m. It just seems like that's a good time. It's either kind of an 11 or noon time slot, right in that mid-morning or lunch and learn type time slot. So you're going to see me for the next 5 days, and I hope to provide a little bit of direction and clarity for you. And again, if I'm advocating and encouraging and pushing you to be the light for others, then I want to do that in some way for all of you. So, if I provide something of value, awesome. If I provide comic relief, because you know that at any moment in time, I might stab my husband in his eardrum with this pencil, I'm here for that too. Whatever it takes for us all to get through this time frame together. Okay. So, I've got a couple books going on. One is the 12-week year, which I highly recommend. I'm loving the concept behind it because, and I have seen this to be true on our team. I've seen it to be true with coaches. I've seen it to be true with myself. Here's what happens. When you come on, thank you, Michelle. When you come on as a coach, let's say it's a Monday. Let's say you join our team as a coach today, Monday, March 23rd. For real, legit, you should be an Emerald coach by Thursday in 3 days. Zero question. You should be an Emerald coach by Thursday. I have had conversations with coaches on our team and other mentoring calls that I've done where someone is a coach, and let's say they join today, Monday, March 3rd, and they'll say, I hope to be an Emerald coach by Summit. And I'm like, what the freak do you think an Emerald coach is? You could be that today. And here's what happens. When we give ourselves all this time to accomplish a goal, we don't really accomplish a goal. We just don't really get it done. And I even see it with my girls who are here, Josie and Jessie, who are here, who are very driven, very driven. I mean, Josie did online school in high school. She takes an exorbitant amount of classes per semester, and she was working 3 jobs. So she's really, really driven. But even for a person who's driven, when she looked at her schedule, she's like, well, I have a paper due on Thursday. What the freak else do I have to do? I'm going to wait till Wednesday. We just give ourselves that time when we give ourselves that time. And I think she gave herself a deadline to get it done tomorrow because she's like, well, I gotta have a deadline. So that's what happens with time. We think it's almost like elastic and it's going to grow and give us more of it. And that's not the case. And so the concept behind this book that I've been reading, that I've showed and shared with you before, 12-week year, is instead of looking at our year as 12 months, we look at it in a series of 12 weeks. And what can we accomplish in 12 weeks? Because when we shorten that time frame, we actually accomplish more. Another case in point, I will hear coaches who want to be diamond, and they'll say, let's say they come on today and they're like, I want to be diamond by Summit. Again, I would say, are you kidding me? You could be diamond by April 15th. It's 12 coaches. But when you give yourself all this time to try to accomplish a goal, you think you have all this time to try to accomplish a goal. When in actuality, I have watched and I have done it myself. I've done it myself and I've watched it happen. When people have a deadline, they will make it happen. They will make it happen. I've seen people get to diamond in like 10 days because they will make it happen. That's their deadline. Okay? Why would any other goal be any different whatsoever? So the premise behind this book, 12-week year, is looking at our year instead of 12 months, looking at it in 12 weeks. Now, here's what makes it so perfect, and it's exactly why I picked it up right now. So I've been reading it last week, and I'm going to finish it this week. I'm really close to finishing it. I might even finish it later today. We'll see. Because what else is there to do? All of a sudden, I've got lots of time. No, there's stuff to do. I'm kidding. There is stuff to do. But I do have extra time, like we all do right now, right? I have a little bit more time for reading right now, and I might finish it today. And the reason why I want to get it done this week is because do you know what starts next week? April 1st, April, May, June, a 3-month, a 12-week block of time that is Q2, and it's right before Summit. What a perfect time to take this concept of the 12-week year, put it on top of these 12 weeks, this Q2, April, May, and June, and accomplish what we might like to accomplish for the entire year before Summit, and show up to New Orleans when we'll be so glad to actually see each other and hug each other in New Orleans. Never would I thought I'd be so glad to go to New Orleans, but we'll be so glad to see each other and hug each other in New Orleans. And can you imagine the feeling walking into Summit, having accomplished goals that you had for the entire year, but you did them in 12 weeks because you gave yourself that deadline? That's what happens with time. If we exponentially increase our expectations of ourselves and put it in that, because we rarely need all the time we give ourselves to do the things we want to do. We just get comfortable. And quite frankly, let's just say it. And we all say it we talked about this before, right? When I say we, like I'm including myself. So I shouldn't have to say that every time, but I'm saying it again. Like I honestly think we just get lazy and we get a little bit afraid we get this mindset like, oh my gosh, it's going to require so much more work to accomplish my goal. No, it's probably just going to require you to be more intentional with your work, not so much more work. Because what happens is we think we're productive, but all we are is busy. And we think we're going to add more hours to our day to accomplish our goals in less time. That's not true. We have to get smarter with the hours that we're already using. We're already doing stuff in that time frame anyway. Why don't we make that stuff have a greater return on investment? So if you have not read or gotten the 12-week year, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend like going on Amazon right now and getting it today and then taking that concept into April, May, and June. Because what if you accomplish those goals by the end of June, you walked into Summit with those goals? Because maybe your goal is to be a 2-star by the end of the year, but what if you did it by Summit? Because you can. Because it's just 12 coaches, so you can. Yeah, you can. So let's talk about time a little bit, because those are my notes for today. I had 4 points about time that I wrote down because the 12-week year was talking about time. And then in the free group that I am doing with some other coaches here that's open to everyone here on the team, my topic today was morning routine. So I'm all about time. You know how passionate I am about the morning routine. So I was making some notes about time, and I came up with these 4 points to share with you this morning. Also, I'm going to need a name for if I continue to do Monday Facebook Lives, what is the name? I'm going to need like Mojo Monday or something. So someone's in charge of coming up with a hashtag name, theme name for Mondays. Okay, number 1. Let's talk about the morning routine, especially now. So we've got this stretch of time during the day that is less hindered by obligations. We don't have school. We don't have, some of us are not leaving the house to go to work. We don't have lessons and, all the things that come along with maybe having children. You don't have preschool. There's a lot of things that were taking up spots in our day that we just simply don't have anymore. So that makes the morning routine even more important. And here's how I want you to think about your morning routine. It's like your operating system for the rest of the day. So this is what I find myself doing. When I talk about my morning routine, I make this little gesture with my hand. I started noticing this as I've been talking more about it, because it's like a block or something I actually step into, and it's like an operating system. So if your operating system on your computer is not working, your computer's not going to function. If you don't have a good operating system for you, mentally and physically, you're not going to be able to function very well. You're not going to be able to be a good caretaker for anybody else in your home. So your morning routine becomes your operating system to take care of you, and most importantly, to have a sense of normalcy in this weird, surreal time. So here it is, Monday morning. I'm not leaving the house today. Probably no one in my house is leaving the house today. And Jessie's got she's got lessons. She has dance, and she's taking dance class. She'll be down here. My husband's doing Zooms. Josie's got some stuff. I'm up at 4:30 a.m. this morning. Do I have to be? I mean, transparently, probably not, because I could be doing other stuff later today, but no, my sense of normalcy comes from my operating system, which is my morning routine. Now, do you have to get up at 4:30 a.m.? No, but should you be getting up at the time that you would normally be getting up if you were getting your kids ready to go to school? Hell yes, you need to be getting up. You need to be getting up and getting about your day and doing the stuff for you before you're taking care of everybody else, especially because the rest of the day, you might not get 5 minutes to yourself. If you have children or other people in your home, you might not get it to yourself. So I'm up at 4:30 a.m. because it's wonderful. Y'all, I am going to stab my husband in the eyeball at some point, because I'm up at 4:30 a.m. so I can get stuff done before anybody else gets up. And like 7 o'clock, like he wanders down to the kitchen to make his Shakeology, and I'm like, get upstairs. So if that means I gotta get up at 4 a.m., that's what that means, because my operating system has to be working on all cylinders. It's got to be firing at optimal level for me to, power this team, and for me to be the North Star for my family. So whatever time I gotta get up to make sure that I've got my time to keep my sanity, that's the time I'm gonna get up, and it has to be for you too. Your morning routine is your operating system. You cannot let that go, especially now. That is utmost important, which comes back to the end of the day, the evening routine. So in the evening routine, we have a little family powwow, and we go around like, what do you have tomorrow that's going to require something like this, like space where nobody else is? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? And then we all go, okay. So that means, like last night, the girls and I were talking, and my husband's like, I got a Zoom. Jesse's like, I have dance class at 9:25. And I'm like, I'm doing a Facebook Live. So we're like, okay, that means we're getting up and we're going to be down here working out by 7:45, 8 a.m. So we're out of the basement by about 9:10, so that Jessie does her dance class down here. She finishes that. I come down here. I do my Facebook Live. I go upstairs. We'll watch a team call. Right after the team call, I've got a mastermind with the Superstar Diamond coaches. I can do that in my office, and that works out perfectly, because then Jessie's back down here doing class. And so we have an evening routine that includes going over what the next day looks like, so that when I get up and plug into my operating system the next day, I already have a plan. 100% I guarantee you that will keep you on track and will keep your business moving forward. 100%. Your operating system is your morning routine, and it has to be so solid. It has to be so solid, y'all. Right now, it has to be more solid than even when things are normal, whatever that's going to look like when all this is done. You have to have that morning routine, period. And we got to have the evening discussion at night I mean, we're either in the living room or in the bedroom or whatever. Because we have a joke in my house because we have 3 girls. And the girls and I are very tight. And even though, Jen is still in DC right now, but we're very tight. And so my room is like a sorority house. And they like to be, and we have a big bed, and so they like to be in my bed in the evening. That's how we wrap up the evening usually, is on my bed, the girls and I. And my husband kind of wanders in and out. We're like, what do you want? But in that evening space is when we discuss, what are you doing the next day? Because if we don't, all of a sudden my husband's turning on Zoom at 9 a.m. and I'm walking through, like, what's going on? Or someone's down. You have to have the evening routine discussion to plug into your operating system the next day, period. That's number 1. Number 2, don't even argue with me on this one. You must have intentional work time, especially now. Right now, more than ever, people need what we have. And we had a discussion yesterday when I put up the Success Club board of how many leads people are getting, because it's mind freaking blowing. When you've got normally 2,000, this was last Tuesday. So I actually just asked corporate this morning, and I haven't seen what those numbers are. I think I'll probably get them this afternoon. But I just asked corporate this morning, what are the numbers kind of through the weekend? Because just one day alone last week, when we normally get 2,000 people purchasing pod, we got 15,000 people. Well, where did those 13,000 people go? They go to coaches who are Emerald and who hit Success Club. Period. It's like a roulette wheel. And so yesterday you saw in the discussion how many leads people are getting. Those are customers, y'all. Do you understand what a bricks and mortar store would give for someone to just pull up and unload a truckload of customers? Here you go. Here's some customers. You didn't even have to go market them or advertise for them or invite them or do anything. Just here they are. We get that as coaches if you are Emerald and you're hitting Success Club. So I don't know about you, but to me, that means being Emerald and hitting Success Club is really freaking important, because those people are buying. They are buying and they're coming into our ecosystem. And now not only do we have a chance to serve them, but they're in our database. And maybe they're coming in with just BOD right now, but if you serve them well and they're in your customer newsletter and you're sending them an email and you're inviting them to a free group or you're inviting them to your challenge group, maybe they buy Shakeology, and how you've changed their life even more. This person that you've never even met that was just given to you as a customer lead because you happen to be Emerald and you were hitting Success Club. Y'all, Success Club's 3 people a month. Come on. People need what we have. So that point number 2, intentional work time. You cannot leave it up to happenstance in the time like we have right now, hoping that you're going to get some work in. And I said this last week. I know, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to use the exact same example. My husband is a football coach. Around this time would be recruiting. Imagine that you have a son who has aspirations to play college football. And you've got 2 schools, 2 coaches who are recruiting him. And this coach says, son, when you come to Butler University, our first goal is we're going to get you a viable degree for after graduation. Number 2, we're going to win a conference championship. And number 3, we're going to go to the playoffs. Those are our team goals right here. Number 1, 2, 3. And this coach over here says, you know what? We're going to try. We're just really going to try, and we're going to hope that we connect with some people, and we're going to hope we get some wins. What is even happening over here? Nothing. I'll tell you that's what's happening. Nothing. Because they are not intentional about their goals. They're not clear. They don't have any clarity or focus. If you were a parent and your son was being recruited by both those teams, I can tell you where you'd go. You'd go to the one that has clarity and focus and direction. That is no different than your work time too. You must have clarity, focus, and direction around your work time, because these customers are coming in. Team, these customers are coming in. They are here, they are ready to buy, and they are coming in because they have their minds and hearts open now when they understand it's about having options in your life and not just going to the gym or just doing this or just doing this. That having options helps you live a healthy, fulfilling life. If you are not an Emerald or Hitting Success Club, you're missing out on these people who are coming in who want help and guidance. They want direction. Can you imagine? Can you imagine purchasing Beachbody on demand on your own as a customer, opening it up and just scrolling and going, well, wow, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Can you even imagine that? Because the chances will be they do nothing. But if they're attached to a coach who's messaging them, maybe putting them in a free group right now or getting them in a challenge group and talking to them about Energize, because Lord knows, don't we all need some Energize right now, and talking to them about Shakeology and how it might help your immune system and how it just helps you not have to think about a meal, and they're attached to a coach. Could their life change? Yes, it could. So if you've got no other motivation to freaking get to Emerald and Hit Success Club this month, let the thousands, 15,000 at least, new customers coming into this ecosystem be your motivation, because they need guidance. They need help. They need clarity and they need focus. They need you. And the only way they're getting you is if you are Emerald and Hitting Success Club. And I'm going to say this with as much love as I possibly can. That's not hard to do. This month, March, amidst quarantine and launch and everything else that is happening, I am at Success Club. Do you know how many years, not weeks or months, years, I have hit Success Club in a row? And I'm telling you this not because it's like braggy, but because I'm telling you I'm not that smart. So it's not that hard. Do you know how many years I've hit Success Club in a row? I have hit Success Club in a row 10 years this month. That's correct. Not 10 months and not 10 weeks. 10 years this month. I have hit Success Club in a row. 10 years. So when someone tells me they can't find 3 people, I call bullshit on that. I call that you've just chosen not to. So then that also tells me you don't understand the bigger picture here, that there are thousands of people coming into this ecosystem called Team Beachbody every day, especially now, and they need direction. They need clarity and they need focus. They need you. You will help them if you have intentional work time. You will not help them if you try and hope. I'm going to hope I hit Success Club this month. I'm going to try. You will not help anyone. You will not change anyone's life, including your own. If you have direction and clarity and focus and you have intentional work time, then yes, you will. You'll also create a really cool, amazing life. So that's kind of like a byproduct, yeah? So number 2 is intentional work time. Number 3, the future we will live is the one we're building right now. The future we will live is the one we're building right now. We're going to get to the end of this crazy, surreal time in life. And at some point, one of us is going to say, I just wish I had more time. We're going to look at each other and go, are you kidding me? You spent 2 months in quarantine. Well, what are you doing with this time? And I know I talked about this last week. Are you starting a book club? Someone tagged me this weekend. I was so happy. She started learning French because I just said, are you learning French? Are you learning a language? What are you doing with this time? Are you taking this time to maybe make videos for your coaches that you already have, or videos for your challengers? They don't have to be perfect. This right here is an example of what I'm doing with my time. I am doing more Facebook Lives right now because I can. And at the end of the day, I find that they probably don't really take that much more time than normal, but I'm intentionally creating a future team that I want to have, which is super engaged, super present, super on fire, by intentionally building it right now. Are you doing that? Do you want a more loving relationship with your family? What are you doing about it right now? Goodness knows you've got the time. Do you want to play more board games? Do you want to play card games? Do you want to learn magic? Do you want to learn a foreign language? Do you want to go outside more? What are you doing? What future do you want? And are you building it right now? I don't care if it's personal or business. If you're not doing something every day to move yourself towards that vision, you're not getting this day back, whether you're in quarantine or not. I tell my class that when I teach at the Y, I'm like, we're doing this, 2 8 counts, 3 8 counts, 4 8 counts, whatever we're doing. I'm like, once that's done, you don't get that back. You don't get an opportunity. Well, let me try that again. No, you don't get that time back. We're not going to get any of this time back. So the future you will live is the one you're building right now. Are you doing that on purpose? Are you doing that on purpose? And last, you and I, as coaches, as humans with a personal growth culture, as humans with community that so many don't have, we are the North Star for so many people that you don't even know are looking to you. You don't even know that they're looking at you. And you are the North Star. So you already know that you're likely the North Star for the people in your family, which is why if you go right back to my first point, you need that really optimal operating system, which is your morning routine. You are the North Star for your family in your life. You've got your personal growth culture, you've got community, you've got structure in your fitness and in your nutrition. When you add in your morning routine, your operating system, now you're really clicking on all your cylinders, you're firing up. You are the North Star for your family. You know that. If you're cranky and impatient, it doesn't mean you can't have an off day. I had kind of an off day on Saturday. Thankfully, I have grown-up children that while they still expect me to be the North Star, I can say to them, I'm having an off day today. It was just kind of weird, You haven't left the house in like 6 days. And it's just like, it's weird. You could have an off day, but your family needs you to be the North Star. And the only way you can do that is if you are using your time intentionally, making yourself better every single day. And that's just kind of how it is. Sorry if you don't like that. That's kind of called being human and a parent and a spouse and a person who wants to grow a business that changes lives. That you raised your hand for that. So you are the North Star, but here's what's even cooler is you're the North Star for people that you don't even know you're the North Star for. Like there are people that are watching you and you don't even know they are. And you showing up every day with that operating system in place, showing them your personal growth that you might be doing, your books, your journaling, your gratitude, your goals, like showing them that. Talking about our team vision, talking about, you're getting your workout in and why, and talking about your nutrition and how you're staying on track and talking about what you're doing with your family, like all of that, you're the North Star for somebody and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. How cool is that? So when we think about that, we also have to remember that being busy is not the same as being productive. And we have only so much time on this planet. And while we seem to have an inordinate amount right now, that's not the case. It's still the same 24 hours. They're just structured a little bit differently. And when we get to the end of the day, are we going to be busy or are we going to be productive? And are we going to get up tomorrow knowing that today we actually made progress towards our goals? There's nothing cooler to me right now than when I get up and I wait till after 8 a.m. because that's when everything sort of does a cycle. And after 8 a.m., and I haven't done it yet just because I was working out and I'm talking to you, so I'm going to do it after this. I open up my Coach Online office and I go through all my business centers and everything I'm doing. My favorite thing is when it flips over and I'm like, Liz Schneider, you're at Success Club 4. Yes, let's go. Or Aubrey, oh my God, you're at Success Club 4, you added 2 coaches. Or Joy, oh my gosh, you're at Success Club 10, you've added 2 coaches. That is progress every single day that is so tangible, I'm seeing it happen. We can do that ourselves too. We can do that ourselves. When we get to the end of the day, take a look back and go, okay, I picked up a heavier weight today. My nutrition was on point today. I sent out 25 invites instead of 20. I locked in my morning routine. Yes, let's go. And you're recognizing that as the North Star, you're staying focused, you're staying on track, and you're making progress towards the future that you want to live, and you're doing it today. There's no place else to be but the present right now, right? There's no place else to be. We can't create the vaccine, but man, we can live in our present so intentionally that we create the future that we want to create, because this fog's going to lift. And when it does, what are you going to see? The same that you saw before it started? Or are you going to see something different because you've been working on it? Because there's no more excuse that we don't have the time. We got nothing but time right now. It just depends on how you use it. Number one, you need your morning routine. That is your operating system, and it is exponentially more important right now. Number one, morning routine. Number two, intentional work time. Thousands of people coming in, buying Beachbody On Demand every day, thousands and thousands. The coaches who are Emerald and who are hitting Success Club are going to get them. That should be every single coach in this team, period. Because people need guidance and help. You need intentional work time. They don't know what we have unless we tell them. So unless we're inviting and sharing, people don't know what we have. They don't know that it's out there. Intentional work time means inviting and following up and sharing and connecting. Now more than ever, we need that. It's not going to happen if you try or you hope. It's not. It's going to happen if you have clarity and direction. Number three, the future we will live is the one we're building right now. Are you building on purpose? Are you trying and hoping? I hope it happens. Or are you trying and are you actually having some clarity and some direction? Are you building with a purpose toward the vision? I've told you what our team vision is, and I built it off what you shared with me at the end of last year. It's sitting right here on a whiteboard. I'll share it. We'll talk about that later this week. We don't need to look at it right now. I built it off what you shared with me at the end of last year, and then I built it off what you told me to write on it as well. I can see where I'm going. Can you see where you're going to be part of that? The future we are building is what we're doing right now in the present. And there's no place else to be but in the present right now. So let's build a future that we love right now. So when the fog clears, we're ready for it. And last, we are the North Star for so many people, most importantly our family, but also our teams, also our challengers, and for people we don't even know. So we've got to make sure that we are on top of our game even more now, because there are many people out there that just simply don't have the capacity to do what we do. And they're looking to us for guidance. Well, here we are. We're ready. This is what we've been waiting for. People have their hearts and minds open and ready to listen. We've been waiting for it. Here we are. So let's go. You have to be the North Star for your family, for your challengers, for your customers, for your coaches, and for people you don't even know. And if you can do that, I will do my best to be the North Star for the team. How's that for a deal? You be the North Star for your people. I'll be the North Star for the team. And together, we're going to ride this ship and create something really amazing. But it starts with how we use our time. Because no matter how weird and wonky and surreal this whole situation is, we're not getting any of it back. So we might as well do something really amazing with it. And being busy is not the same as being productive. Busy is just productive is moving towards your goals. So those are my thoughts on this Monday morning. And yesterday I shared some resources that we had. We've got our free group that some coaches and I are running. So feel free to go back, click on that link and join that. Bring your people to that. It's free. We're taking care of the posts for it. I'm doing a live turbo class tomorrow and Thursday. That is in here as well under the events. We talked about like a book club. A couple people were interested in that. Organize it. Also, we've got some power hours that are coming up. Jen Moore, I know, is running a power hour today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jen, if you will please put that link in here so that we can have that opportunity. If you need some guidance, if you need intentional work time, point number 2, and you're like, well, I'll just kind of fritter away my time and I'll hope I hit Success Club. If I don't have a power hour, join Jen at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time. Yes, Joy's running it today. I thought Jen was running it today. Okay, Joy's running it today. Amber, is that time right though? 9:30 Pacific Time, 12:30 Eastern Time. Whichever one of you is running it, could you please put the Zoom link and the time in the comments below? And then the goal is to try to find someone to lead a power hour every single day, because maybe Okay, good. The time is correct. Because maybe you just need that guidance for your power hour. So Amber, I think you said tomorrow, Tuesday, you're going to run one on Tuesday. So just, you can put down here when you plan on doing that, and we'll just keep putting up those power hours, and people can plug into those as much as needed. But do not, I swear to goodness, I will lose my mind if someone says, well, I just don't know what to do. I'm just going to try it. I'm just going to hope. When there are power hours in the champions page, there'll be power hours in this team page. I am providing direction and light for you. And if someone goes, well, I just don't know. I just can't hit Success Club this month. That is a choice you are making. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. If there is guidance available and you are not taking advantage of it, that is on you. I will tell you, up front, one thing we've always told our children to do, and it's the advice that my dad gave to me. He said, when you go to college, I don't care what question you have, make it up, but make sure you go into every one of your professors' offices during their office hours and introduce yourself and have a question, so that they put a face with a name. Because at some point in that semester, you're going to need help, and you're going to want to take advantage of it, and they're going to need to know your name. And we told that same thing to our children, to make sure that you can make a connection with your professors when you go to school, because at some point you're going to need help. And, Jessie needed help with, I think it was acting. Yeah, it was her acting class. She needed a lot of help with her monologue that she was doing. And because she'd gone in and she had a relationship with her professor, she was unafraid to tap into that guidance. Guess what? That's what the professor's job is, to teach and to help. That's what our job is here, to be the North Star for each other. So Sarah, if you know you need that guidance, number one, you need to be reaching out to your upline coach. And number two, you need to be tapping into the resources on this page. Liz, powerful testimony. Power hours as a team have been so helpful. I'm in some message threads with coaches who are running these power hours together. I'm watching what's happening in them, because every single time they run a power hour and I open up my Coach Online office the next day, I see changes in Success Club, because what they're doing is working. Leaning in is working. When I taught high school English, no one came into my classroom and said, let me help you with teaching Shakespeare to your seniors. And then when you have essays, let me help you grade them. No. I had to figure that out and do that on my own. A little 26-year-old girl trying to figure out how to grade Shakespeare essays. No one offered me guidance. No one helped me. I figured it out on my own. You are part of a almost 12-year veteran team that is a 10-time, soon to be 11-time elite team with resources out the booty hole. If you don't take advantage of that, that is on you. And then when you get to the end of the month, if you've not hit Success Club and these thousands of people are coming in, needing help, needing guidance, and you're not getting any of them, why? Your story could have been the one that changed their life. Your guidance could have been the one that changed their life. Your email to them could have been the one that got them into a group that changed everything for them. And you'll never know, because you didn't plug into the resources and hit Success Club. Like, do you see the ripple effect? It's so crazy, the ripple effect. Use your time. Use it wisely. I know it's weird and surreal. It's weird and surreal for us all, but we're not going to get this time back. And March is going to end, and the coaches who have achieved Emerald and who have hit Success Club are going to have the opportunity to change thousands of lives. Thousands of lives. You need to be one of them. Because every time you do that, when you hit Success Club, you fuel our team up towards our goal, which is what? What's our goal? What's our goal? What did you make me write down on that whiteboard last month? What's our goal? Where are we trying to go? What goal are we trying to achieve? We are trying to be a what kind of team? What? Top 10. That's right. Top 10. And we all need to be rowing our oars in the same direction. And if you get in a boat by yourself, that's your choice. And that's unfortunate, because the coolest part about all this time that we have now that's configured differently than it has been for us probably ever in our lives, is we do have an opportunity to lean into a team that is here and ready and waiting. So Joy, if you will put the Zoom link down below and the time, that'd be amazing. And then Amber, go ahead and put yours as well. But then I'll make an event for that so that you can start to see that. There are power hours in the Champions page as well. So just go to Beachbody Champions page, join that. It's right at the top of the header. It'll tell you exactly what time those are and who's leading them. And stay plugged into this team hub. This is the fire. Stay close to the fire so that you can stay lit yourself. And when you light a match and you set yourself on fire and you share that light with a candle or you share that light with another match, your own doesn't go out. You've just now lit another one. And you can light another one and another one and another one. But you got to keep your own self on fire too. And we do that by staying connected to this team page. All right. So that's your Monday check-in. I don't have a name for it. I think Elizabeth said Monumental Monday. That's kind of fun. I didn't want to say Motivational Monday because that feels like I'm saying I'm motivational. So that feels a little, I don't know, weird. So maybe a different Mindset Monday, maybe? Mindset Monday? I'll write that down. But if you've got some ideas, let me know. Those of you doing the power hours, please put them below. I'll do events in here so that you know when to plug in with the Zoom link. And, there'll be a power hour that'll work for you. And also, you may just have to make it work. Like it might not be the most optimal time. Okay, cool. You might have to make it work. It just is what it is. Sometimes you got to do the stuff that is inconvenient. That's what successful people do. They do the stuff that's inconvenient. They do the stuff that they don't always want to do. That's right, Amber. If there isn't one at the time that you want, freaking lead one. Lead one. The more we lean in and the more we collaborate, the better off we all are. That's it. Mindset Monday, Monday meetup, Monday, Mojo Monday, whatever it is. That's it for today. Go listen to the National Wake Up Call. Talk to you later.